When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's a podcast. That's a podcast. That's a podcast.
Merry Mini Monday. I'm Carter.
I'm Madoge.
I'm a Jordan.
Let's go. I have... This is going to tie in perfectly to A Star Was Born.
Yes,
Let's just jump right into it. We got a lot to talk about today. 73 years old today.
Wow.
She's been a mermaid.
She made it.
And a burlesque coach. But this actress is best known for slapping Ghost Rider and screaming, "Snap out of it!" Whose birthday is today?
What?
Whoa.
I wanted to say Cher.
You're right.
Whoa, really?
I just said Ghost Rider because it's Nick Cage. who played that
Okay,
role.
there we go.
Cher won an Oscar playing a very Italian
Yeah.
role.
And that's why we did that.
And that's totally why
That's
we
100%
did
why we
that.
did
Not because it's a week-old joke that we've been dying to slot in somewhere.
But on a more serious note, we have a supernova today.
Oh, no.
He would have been 111 today.
Yikers.
It's not Bilbo. Don't make a off-color joke. Though he died in 1997, this actor has been considered one of the greatest American actors of all time. While he has moved on, his best friend, an invisible rabbit, could still be roaming the earth. It's tough to tell.
His best... So it's...
It would have been 111 today. Though he died in 1997, this actor has been considered one of the greatest American actors of the genre. While he has moved on, his best friend, an invisible rabbit, could still be roaming the earth. It's tough
Is
to
this
tell.
Mel Blanc or whatever?
No.
No?
I just give you one hint. There was way too many things.
Is this Belushi?
No.
So does this have something to do with
111.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No.
What am I
Invisible
doing here?
Rabbit. Invisible Rabbit is a puka in the movie, technically. I think I was counting on y'all seeing this movie.
I think I haven't.
It's one of my favorite.
I definitely
You
haven't.
seen Harvey?
No.
No.
Do you know who's in that?
No.
No.
Happy birthday, R.I.P. Jimmy Stewart.
Oh.
what do you
James
want the
Throw a
moon?
lasso around and bring it right now.
Do you want the moon? I'll get you
What do you want, the moon?
What do you
Toss
want
me
the
a
moon?
Rear Window reference?
Sorry, guys. I just want to make it tougher. Anyways, while today is this actor and friend to the podcast's birthday, turning 27, he's likely best known for his on-screen death day. As one of the most memorable deaths on a show notorious for them, his end, ironically, may have been less welcome than the end of the series.
Is this Jack Gleason?
Yeah, it's got to be Jackie
Jack
Gleason.
Gleason.
Jackie G. King Joff.
Jackie G, who took a lot of inspiration of Joffrey from Joaquin Phoenix's character of Commodus.
I believe it.
This transitions us into a little bit of rank you very much. Well, first of all, why don't I throw a stat up there?
Yes. Please.
Guys, Endgame is going to be the highest grossing film of all time.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
pretty
but
crazy.
$200,000 away, and it's been in theaters for 3 weeks now. Maybe by
That
the
is
time
wild.
this podcast releases,
It will already
It will
be.
have
This
already
will be another
passed it.
weekend.
So when you look at Box Office Mojo and you look at the top 50, even the top 100, we did a rank you very much even weeks ago as to how many of the biggest box office movies are some form
Biggest the box office.
biggest the box office
of movies.
are fiction. Okay?
Yeah.
Very often
Okay.
there's this argument. I thought about having a debate and having y'all each pick a side, like in a debate class of sci-fi versus fantasy. Here's my
Okay.
main question for you, and this is why I brought up Endgame. Do you think that superhero should have its own genre?
Yes, I would classify it as probably more comic book than superhero is what I
Great.
would call it. But yes,
You
I
would
do.
call it a comic book genre because it seems like right now they don't know what to call it.
Action adventure is what I've seen
Action
it as.
adventures
Yeah.
most
And
often,
that fits for some of them.
which makes sense. But fantasy is a pretty broad term.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can throw a lot of stuff in there.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I would say Iron Man 1 is a science fiction film.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say Thor 1 is a fantasy film. But then what do you call the Avengers when both of those characters are in the same movie?
Right. Which
Comic
is why
book
I
film.
think, and like there are now these like growing trends and tropes that are common to, not exclusively, but almost exclusively to these movies. And I feel like comic book as a new genre would make sense.
That feels fair.
It makes sense, too, why it's not necessarily a genre named yet.
Right.
Because it hasn't had, I mean, again, it's been a decade of
Well, and it being
pretty
its own
consistent
thing.
success. But
Yeah.
Just thought I'd ask that. I thought that was an interesting
That's a good
question. So for Rank You Very Much today, we're really not going to rank anything
Okay.
until the very end.
Okay.
And I think you're going to pick up on why. I looked up, and there it was, the big moon in the sky.
It's a big pizza pie. You can get it at a lasso. Bring it right
That's a
down.
podcast.
USA Today, about a year ago, did a list of the 10 best endings to TV shows and
Okay.
the 5 worst. I just want to share a few of them with you. Let's go with the 5. I'm going to go just the 5 best. Did either of you watch Battlestar Galactica?
No.
I did not.
That's number 5
Okay.
in terms of a good ending. They just thought that it ended well. And spoiler alert, I'm going to kind of give away some of these endings because it's kind of fun to talk about how they wrapped up. It's tough cookies for you guys because if you ever want to watch them, sorry about you. But it kind of does a flash forward and it did one well. So that's why I got a lot of good credit. there.
Okay. Interesting.
The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Okay. Weird.
It ended with just everybody getting fired. Everybody
Okay.
got fired.
Okay.
And
Then
it
I
was a
know something else that
satisfying
has
end.
to be on there.
MASH
Yeah.
ended because the war was over. Even though the Korean War really only lasted a couple of years, MASH ran for 11.
Wow.
The number 3, according to USA Today, Bob Newhart. So the Newhart
Yeah.
Show. The ending of that is the classic. He woke up. It was all a dream. Those 8 seasons were a dream.
That's funny.
But back then, the world loved that kind of thing.
Okay.
6 Feet Under. Have y'all seen that?
No, I've heard
I
of it.
want to watch this now. But in 6 Feet Under, what you do is we get a flash forward, and it's kind of a morbid show, obviously. I think it's set in a funeral home.
Something
okay.
like that, I think.
But with 6 Feet Under, you flash forward to all of your main characters' deaths and how they died.
What?
Whether those were absurd or
Interesting.
meaningful
Wow.
or just of old age. Now let's talk about the 5 worst.
You're not giving us number 1 yet.
What was number 1?
I did. 6 Feet Under was number 1.
Oh. I thought that was number 2.
Nope. I'll go back over them. Battlestar Galactica, number 5.
Yep.
Number 4, Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Yep.
3, MASH. 2, Newhart.
Okay.
1, 6 Feet
Okay.
Under.
How did we both miscount?
Hey, time out. How's Breaking Bad not there?
It's number 9 in the top 10.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy.
So the 5 worst, and this is the fun part.
Okay.
Number 5, Charmed. At the end of season 7, which it was supposed to be the end, our 3 witches go undercover and start new lives, put aside magic. They decided bring about season 8, in which they were all given super happy endings, fairy tale like endings in a show that was kind of troping fairy tales.
Yeah.
Right.
People
That's
hated it.
So Scrubs has to be on here somewhere.
It's not.
Interesting.
Not in this top 5. Number 4, Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Dexter ends with this. And by the way, the first 4 seasons of Dexter
Like almost flawless.
are so
Yeah.
good.
Can't
But
miss.
your boy ends up putting away the knives, becoming a lumberjack,
Yeah.
going off the radar. Wow. How satisfying.
He became much more terrifying to every tree, though.
The
He
end of
sure
season.
did.
thing. I think they
he just
just
sets up all the tarps
they
around the trees.
pivoted
every
their
time.
audience. That's the thing. We scared enough people. Let's scare some trees now.
Yes.
The end of season 4 is my canon ending for Dexter.
Yeah. I don't know if
I just pretend it's over.
Yeah. Number 3 was Lost.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Lost was kind of strange because everybody ends up going to heaven, kind of.
Sure.
Semi-happy ending. Number 2 is Seinfeld, which I think is funny because I
thought
love
people
the
loved
end.
the Seinfeld.
I
ending.
love the end of Seinfeld. They all get arrested for all the crap they've done for all of these seasons.
That's really funny.
They get arrested and they're all in jail. And I think that's hilarious. But USA Today said it's considered one of the worst, if not the worst. Number 1. Have y'all watched How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
Yeah.
The ending is
Egregious.
not satisfying.
Yeah.
I don't like the ending, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it's number 1 either.
top 5 even.
But we go through all this trouble. We actually meet the mother who ends up dying.
Fine with me.
And then Barney and Robin get a divorce.
That's the
and Ted just
problem.
marries Robin anyway.
That's the problem.
That's when it should not have done
yes.
that. It should have just been back with
overall, I'm okay with 70% of how the show ended. It's that last 30 that bothers me. So that's why I have a hard time with that sitting at number 1. But I do know people were not happy.
No, not at all. And I'll tell you, here comes the rank you very much. Okay? In a top 5, it doesn't necessarily have to be these top 5. Do you think, with but 1 episode left, and the finale would have been yesterday,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
okay?
This is the first episode of Two Chunks and a Hunk in a post-GOT
In a
world.
post-GOT world. And again, I'm sorry, we're not going to talk a ton about it.
Yeah.
But it's a cultural phenomenon in a wrong way
in
right
a bad
now.
way
That's
right
true.
now. Yeah,
Do you think it can make the top 5?
Yes.
I do.
I think
Because
in
I
this
think-
generation, it's already number 1, and there's
I
an
think so, too.
episode left.
Because I think before this season, before these last, really like even 2 weeks into this season, before the 3rd episode of this season, I think this would have been in the other side of that list of like top shows of all time, top endings of all time.
Absolutely.
And to have it take such a 180 turn at the 11th hour, I think there is no question that it ends up in that list.
Yeah, I think I agree. I've seen it compared to Lost a lot.
I have to.
But I mean, I've had people who know I watch the show that don't watch the show come up to me and be like, "What's the deal with like what's going on right
me
now?"
too.
Yeah.
And I've just had to be like, "I really don't want to talk about it."
It bums me out too much to talk about it.
Big bummer for sure.
Yes,
Well,
the biggest bummer.
let's just move past that.
Mm-hmm.
There's some pretty good movies coming out. And there's actually a lot that have to do with box office ball here.
It's true.
Oh, could be a big weekend for
J-Dub
us.
3.
We got John Wick 3 coming out.
Yup.
And it's already got some really good reviews.
It's sitting pretty.
Isn't it like it's sitting at a 96 or something like that?
Yeah. And Halle Berry, who we haven't seen in a while, has made herself a part of it. And that's kind of fun.
Excellent.
This is like the ideal future for someone in like 2001. If they're like,
With
just
Keanu
wait,
and Halle.
just wait. In 2019, the movie you're going to be most excited for stars Keanu Reeves and Halle Berry. And
Yeah.
in 2001, I would have been like, oh, I guess they stopped making new actors. They're
Yeah.
just going to keep doing their thing.
I love it. So in a couple of weekends, we're going to have Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Oh, I'm
Very
really very
excited
excited
So
about
very
that.
excited.
Who gets
Starring
that?
11.
I don't think any of us.
does
No,
anybody
none
have
of us
that?
get that.
Good.
And then Rocket Man.
Yeah.
And it's growing on me. I think when I first saw this with it's Taron, right? Taron,
Yeah.
Taron Egerton.
Egerton.
I finally saw a trailer where he sang, and it got me really pumped about it.
Yeah.
And then the week after that is Dark Phoenix.
I'm going to get some Dark Phoenix money.
So Doge will get that money.
For
McAvoy.
yes.
Professor Charles Xavier.
Yes.
But goodness me, what happens this weekend? And this snuck up on me. I had to do a double take, but Aladdin,
Yeah.
It's way earlier than I thought it was going
May
to be.
24th, coming
completely
out this
off
weekend.
my radar.
Perhaps mine too. That's why I forgot about it.
I think I'll watch this one on an airplane.
I think I feel the same way.
I think I'll watch this one in cartoon from the 90s.
Exactly. Once Disney Plus comes out and you don't have to go dig through the vault or try and find a used version of it.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
That's it for today, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We flew through.
Truly,
We owe that. It's
truly
a, nice
a
Italian,
big pizza pie.
Wow.
as the Italians are most known for, just being prompt and to the point.
All roads lead to the end of this podcast.
This is the end of the podcast. So to finish,
Mama, and I really mean this, Mia.
you know what's weird? I didn't know ABBA was Italian until I watched those movies.
This sounds like a joke. Just a little bit of this is Doge, your friend talking, not Doge, the co-host of your podcast talking. So hungry for pizza right now.
Are you? Sounds great.
From all of this Italian talk, I'm just thinking about pizza and spaghetti and lasagna, and
Have
I
you
want
had
all
dinner?
of those. I haven't.
I haven't either.
Do we want to sign out by calling a pizza place and ordering pizza right now?
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
Excellent. So that'll be the end. That'll be the outro. But we do
Yes.
need to sign off. So
Yes.
what I want us to do to sign off is give me your name and then give me an iconic movie line as Mario. I'm Carter, in that famous scene I think we remember in Fellowship of the Ring when Gandalf falls and Frodo looks out and says, "Oh no!"
I'm Doge, and you guys remember in Gone with the Wind when he's like, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a woohoo."
And he self-edits himself for the podcast.
Exactly. Well, there have been no swears on movies at that time.
Right,
so.
right.
Especially when they came out on the Nintendo
Who
64.
knew
Exactly.
that he's just been cussing this whole time? Every time
Every time
he
he's like,
jumps.
It's just a bunch of- Okay. I'm Jordan, and in Star Wars, when they first see the Death Star, and they're like, "That's a moon! That's a space station!"
That's a no moon.
That's no moon. That's a big pizza pie.
Thank you for playing my game.